Become dangerous. Like not put your phone on airplane mode and disappear into the forest kind of way, but in a calm, terrifying, I'll outwork everyone in this room while sipping chamomile tea kind of way. Everyone wants success, a mansion, and six pack abs, but somehow people also want to sleep at 3 a.m., wake up at noon, and freestyle their whole day like a group project. Every elite performer has one thing in common: not raw talent, not motivation, a boring routine that feels amazing. Why? Because they engineered their dopamine. Don't worry, by the end of this video, you're going to know the exact steps to having a routine, why you fail, and how to build a routine that actually sticks. Now, you might have a genuine concern and say, well, I don't believe in structure. I just flow with the universe. And my answer is, no, you don't. You flow with Instagram reels. You can't even flow through your emails without getting distracted by a meme. And that, by the way, is not the universe. It's actually dopamine contrast. When you spike your brain so high at 8 a.m., now brushing your teeth can feel like a punishment. So, how do you fix it? Here's a cheat code: it's dopamine loading. You don't need to fight your brain, you finesse it into working for you. Instead of chasing dopamine like an ex who just posted a thirst trap with a new guy, what if dopamine started releasing into the right things? You do that by rerouting, loading dopamine into the right things. And this is how even boring routines can become dangerous ones. Step 1: anchor your waking time. Because consistent wake time is equal to stable circadian rhythm, which is equal to stable dopamine. Yes, science backs that up. Studies linked below because I'm not just yelling into the void. Now you might be thinking, but spontaneity is the spice of life. And yes, that's true. But if every day is a surprise, and none of those surprises involve progress, that's not spicy. That just means you're allergic to paprika. So the truth is that people don't fear routines because they're boring. You fear them because once your life gets a predictable routine, your therapist's job gets harder. They lose all their talking points. Like, oh no, you're functioning now? Guess we'll just talk about your dreams again. So, action 1: you pick a wake up time that is similar plus minus 30 minutes every day. Yes, weekends too, but if you can't, at least lock in weekdays. Because dopamine likes rhythm. Not having a routine makes you frantic, not free. Without structure, your day is just a piñata. You're just reacting to whatever slaps you in the face first. Step 2: control your first 60. So for me, I wake up around 7:30 or 7 right now. The first 3 things I do are stupidly simple on purpose. So I don't have to think about it. That I like to repeat. 1: turn on Wi Fi. Yes, I turn off my Wi Fi before bed because I like to cosplay someone who has discipline. 2: make coffee because I'm addicted. And then 3: write immediately before my team wakes up and I have to start being their servant again. Why does this matter? Because your brain is most impressionable, sensitive to dopamine within the first 1 to 2 hours of waking. If you give it junk dopamine like TikTok, it becomes less motivated by effort based rewards like goals and taxes. This is called controlling your first 60 minutes for your dopamine economy. Start with something that builds you: writing, coding, learning, not scrolling through strangers flexing their abs and crypto wins. Make it a dopamine investment, not an expense, with something valuable, important for your life success. So, action 2: start with one deep work block, 60 to 90 minutes, as soon as you can after waking. Why? Because effort based dopamine is like the gym for your motivation. It builds long term focus versus passive consumption, increases motivation, and releases dopamine the right way. This way, you get dopamine not from cheating, which is passive consumption, but from actually trying, putting in effort. Bonus science: dopamine hits harder after task completion. From a study, they found that dopamine release is enhanced after task completion, not just pleasure. Wow, I see where overachievers get their cocaine. Step 3. Reward immediately after. Spike that dopamine intentionally. This part is key. Rewards reinforce habits. You want your brain to go, wow, that sucked, but we got a cookie. That's habit formation 101. It's called associative conditioning, or as I like to call it, training your inner Pavlovian goblin. Rewards strengthen dopamine circuits. Science agrees. Wickens, Reynolds, and Hyland, 2003. Look it up, nerds. For your boy, Ernie, the reward is simple: more coffee, because I'm a functional caffeine hostage. But you, being a normal person, can go for a walk, memes, a stupid little victory dance in your kitchen. So, action 3: reward after deep work. This locks in the dopamine circuit. Step 4: repeat 1 to 2 more work blocks, max 3 per day. What we have to admit is that focus isn't infinite, dopamine isn't infinite. This isn't the Fast and Furious franchise. You can't keep squeezing out sequels with less and less plot. Your prefrontal cortex, aka the CEO of your brain, gets tired. Like a toddler who missed nap time and now wants to fight God and reorganize your fridge. So, if your brain suddenly decides organizing your sock drawer is more important than your goals, that's why there's reduced task engagement. Total deep work time can be 2 to 4 hours a day max. Then, rest. That's it. The rest is just you pretending to look busy on Slack while you spiral on LinkedIn. So, action 4: 1 to 2 more work blocks, then chill. Real productivity isn't more hours, it's strategic effort plus proper recovery. Step 5: scheduled dopamine freedom. The problem is most advice on the internet is so unreasonable. Wake up at 5 a.m. and drink lemon water. Cool, now you're tired, acidic, and napping by 10 a.m. Here's the truth: a good routine needs structure and freedom. You need boundaries to be dangerous and joy so you don't self sabotage. So at 7 p.m., you dopamine load. Watch your anime. Eat biryani like a king. Call someone cute, or several. Scroll memes guilt free. Tell your brain, good job today. You may now feast. Action 5: schedule joy. Make pleasure part of the routine. This reinforces the whole system. Step 6: track 3 core metrics daily. Gamify your streaks. Let's be honest, we all love progress bars because deep down we're just hairless monkeys who get dopamine from watching a green line move slightly to the right. So here's the trick: progress you can see is progress you repeat. This is how you turn your life into a video game without having to respawn in your mom's basement. Here's a science bit so you know this isn't just a motivational Instagram reel. Tracking activates your anterior cingulate cortex. That's the part of your brain that's basically your inner coach with a clipboard, which is involved in self monitoring and behavior change. It monitors behavior, throws red flags, and yells, do better, when you're about to skip your habits. Tracking equals visibility, which equals motivation. It also stimulates reward circuits via measurable progress. Action 6: track 3 things. Wake time, because waking up at the same time is how you reset your brain's dopamine thermostat. 2. Deep work blocks done. 3. Reward/mood after. Did you feel proud? What did you reward yourself with? Did you cry into biryani again? People think routines are rigid, but routines aren't cages. They're actually the opposite. They're calibrated freedom. Systems that protect your energy, not prisons that steal your soul. If you can't direct your energy, someone else will. That someone is a billion-dollar company whose job it is to hijack your attention and sell it to the highest bidder. Those who do not know discipline do not know freedom. And through discipline comes freedom. This is how you become dangerous. This is how you can rewire your dopamine schedule so that you can voluntarily do hard things and love it, like a masochist, but with a calendar. So let's say you've created structure. You've optimized dopamine. But none of that matters if there's one thing still hijacking your brain. The thing you check before your feet hit the floor. Yeah, your phone. If your phone still owns your soul, then let's break that addiction for good.